Good morning.
Good morning.
Can you hear me? Good morning. Can you hear me now?
No.
Hello. 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 Okay, good morning. Thank you all for coming. We'll start now, and please silence or mute your cell phones. And if you can stand, let's do the pledge of allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Can you do the roll call for us?
Good morning and happy rain. Depending on where you live. Happy microphone. President George Kempner,
Here.
Vice President Don Hoffmeister, Treasurer Wayne Schweifler,
Here.
Secretary Bob Winry, members at large Beverly Adair, Angela Fick, Margot Schweifler, and Alan Winterbottom. All present.
Good. Can you give a level?
Yes, I'll ask my fellow council members if you would approve the minutes of the last meeting. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Before we get started, I notice that we have a new resident with us, Michael Jaworski. Mike, would you please stand up and be recognized? Mike's in the back of the room. Just moved in, he happens to be a neighbor of mine, a couple Casita doors down from us. Wayne, would you give us the report?
Okay, treasurer's report is for the month of July, and we had a beginning balance at the start of the month of $24,552, an ending balance of $24,887. There were expenses of $103.43, income mainly in the form of donations of $439. The change for the month was an increase in the amount of $335.57. Donations to the scholarship fund were $37 from the Cozy Corner Thrift Shop, and notice disbursements till this month. Holiday gift fund had income of $333. That's from the Cozy Corner Thrift Shop. Library fund had no income and expenses of $64.58. Happy Hour fund had income of $69, no expenses. General fund had expenses of $38.85. And that's it for the month. This will be posted on the bulletin board. Any further questions? Thank you.
Thank you, Wayne. Margo, will you tell us about the Special Events Committee and what's been going on there?
A lot is going on. Can you hear me well?
No.
Speak up. Speak up.
Okay. You can hear me now? Okay. Today we have a music social at 3:30 right here in the auditorium. And then Wednesday, we have a new program called the Poetry Circle. I am sorry to say I don't know much about it. Vanessa's coming back tomorrow. So if you have any question about this, you might want to check with her. It's scheduled for 4 p.m. tomorrow in the Dickinson Lounge. The scholarship ceremony award will be Thursday, the 17th at 3 p.m. in the auditorium, and Beverly will elaborate more on this event. But it would be nice to come and congratulate the recipient. We will have a drive-in movie social on Friday, the 18th. This Friday, 6 p.m. in the theater. It's a very interesting movie. You might want to come and watch it with your fellow resident.
What's the name of the movie?
The name of the movie is Are You There, God? It's me, Margaret. This weekend, Saturday, there's a trip to the Aguas Caliente Casino, and you need to sign up for that, but there are space available. So if you're interested in going to the casino this weekend, Saturday, the bus will leave at 12:30, and contact the front desk. The outing at the restaurant Mama Dina on Tuesday is fully booked, but there is a waiting list, so you might still want to put your name down. On Thursday, the 24th, right here in the auditorium, there will be Duck Talk. This is Dr. Thomas, of the senior doctor group. He will be here to address our community and the residents' questions. So if you have some interest, or if you've already signed up for the senior doctors, please come in, be there. It's at 11 a.m. on Thursday, the 24th. Same day will be in the afternoon at 3 p.m., the new resident welcome. I know you all enjoyed that. They always have little munchies, so come in and greet your new resident. There will be an outing to an outside thrift shop, Angel View, which is on Cook Street, in that little kind of university shopping area there, toward the freeway. And you may want to check for the address or call Vanessa. It will be on August 20th, which is a Sunday, at 1 p.m. You need to sign up for that trip, and there are spaces available. August birthday celebration will be the last Sunday, August 27 at 3 p.m. right here in the auditorium. So come and partake with the cake and bring your good wishes to the birthday people. On Monday, the 28th, 2 p.m., there will be bucket list travel with the Kempner, and it's going to highlight Chicago. I'm going to go on to September for a few events. The Labor Day weekend on the Monday, September 4th, we will have a nice brunch to celebrate Labor Day. On the 3rd, we have Cirque du Soleil, which is already fully booked, sorry to say, but if you want to come, put your name down, and if somebody cancels, then you might have a chance. There will be a Carlotta financial meeting via Zoom on September 7, 2 p.m. So if you want to double check all the long list I gave you, get on LifeLoop, or you can get a paper copy of all these schedules at the front desk, okay? You have, yes, question?
Do you have to have signed up with the docs to go to the
No.
talk?
No.
You don't, okay,
No.
thank you.
Everybody's welcome. Yes,
Could you give the date again for the new residence reception?
the new resident welcome is on Thursday, August 24 at 3 p.m.
Thank you.
Yes,
Is the Labor Day brunch a sign up or just open to us to
open to everyone.
Open to walk in?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Thank you all.
Thank you, Margot. Angela, please tell us about building and grounds.
George, mention that the Zoom meeting will be also in here.
Oh, great.
Oh, good.
The Zoom-
By the way, the Zoom meeting that's coming up on September 7th, it's a semi-annual meeting that they have to do according to the statutes of California. Now, in that meeting, they will arrange those who do not have the capabilities of watching a Zoom meeting on your computer. It will be available in this room. So you'll be able to come in, we'll project it up on the big screen.
Good, thank you.
Some of you have asked about being recorded. That's a decision that Oakmont has to make. However, Cheryl is going to be videotaping it, so one way or the other, we will have a recording of it. Any other questions on that September 7th financial meeting that's coming up? Thank you.
Just give me the.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Turn it up.
How's this?
Better.
Okay, our Carlotta Casino maintenance crew really handles a great variety of tasks, and I thought I would talk a little bit about that this morning. We're quite familiar with work order issues in our units, which can involve up to 40 a day. And we probably regularly notice several other jobs that the maintenance does, such as the trash pickup, event setups such as today, monitor the gardeners, check lighting, and so forth. But I began to realize how many other jobs the maintenance is responsible for that either I did not know about or I didn't keep in mind. So I asked Nestor for a list, which he provided, and there were at least 40 items listed. So I decided to share a few of these with you, since many jobs aren't noticeable until something goes wrong, but they're on them, keeping in them working for us every day. Some of those jobs include checking the kitchen appliances, all the commercial washers and dryers, our generators, the corridor doors, the pool chemicals, the testing of the fire alarm system, fire doors and fire extinguishers, and many, many more. And I do have the list, and you're welcome to look at it if you're interested. So I just wanted to say that I really believe we have a hardworking and competent maintenance crew that deserves our appreciation. Any questions for maintenance?
Thank you, Angela. Alan, will you tell us please about the Dining Services Committee?
And a pleasant good morning to you all.
Good morning.
The Dining Services Committee meeting next week, or pardon me, next month, will be on Wednesday rather than normal Thursday. So please make a notation, it's 1:30, the first Wednesday of next month. As far as activities are concerned, we're dealing with things as they develop. We're now in the process, as you're aware, of having a new executive director here, and she is spending time every day in the front part of the auditorium. So if you have any desire to chat with her, she's...
Auditorium?
Yes.
Dining room.
Dining room.
Pardon me, in the dining room. Sorry, thank you. In the dining room. So she is there now every day and is eagerly awaiting the opportunity to exchange ideas with you. Any thoughts that anyone has about our committee? All right.
Let me clarify a little bit of that Irene Mendoza is the new front of the house manager. And she started here this past week on the 11th. And in fact, someone from Oakmont, and her name is Maria Koinica, she's the regional front of the house specialist out of Irvine. So she's here today working with Irene. If you haven't met Irene, she's very personable. She'll come around to your table and introduce herself to you, hopefully. Irene Mendoza is her name. Any other questions?
I have a question. Can you explain to us what's going on in the Blossom Room, hors d'oeuvres or something?
Unfortunately, I'm not up to speed on that.
I just read about it, I didn't know.
What they're hoping to do in the Blossom Room, formerly called the W, I think. They're going to have some things in there in the late afternoons, I think 4 o'clock or 3 o'clock. It hasn't been totally decided yet, and have sometimes ice cream available or things like that. Make it more of a resident-friendly area to sit down and chat with one another and maybe have an ice cream. But the final, what they're going to do has not yet been totally decided.
Thank you.
Okay.
Any other questions? Joanne?
I understand there's going to be more items on the dining room evening menu on the right side. Do you know when that's going to happen?
No, I was told that there's going to be some new items that begin actually yesterday.
Yeah.
And I wasn't at the dining room last night, so I really can't answer that. Cheryl?
I got to talk to the regional person that's here, Maria. She's actually going to be working in the dining room with Irene the whole week. When I asked her about the menu, how did it go last night? She said, well, actually, it's rolling out tonight. So I'm not sure what we're going to see, but I'm looking forward to it.
So we're all going to find out together, and that hopefully will be tonight. So if you're planning on going, attending dinner tonight, hopefully everything will be different. Any other questions? Yes.
I don't have a question, but I want to show you my dinner last night. I was very disappointed in the quantity. I couldn't believe I got 3 shrimp, and that was it. That was my dinner.
He has a picture of 3 shrimp with the tails still on, have not been removed. And I know, even though Cheryl and I were not at dinner last night, this happened to us once before where the tails are still on. We'll pass that on, and I'll pass that on to Chef Jorge after the meeting. Thank you. Anything else that we can talk to? All right, thank you very much. Beverly, how about talking to us about health services?
Good morning. Good morning. That wasn't loud enough, was it? No. Good morning. we've been talking quite a bit about documents as far as health services go. And the Carlotta is really pleased at how many of us have already taken care of turning in our updated 602s. We've done a good job. This morning I want to talk to you about another document. Does this look familiar to hopefully all of you, but most of you?
That's the DNR, right?
Pardon me?
That's the DNR,
No.
No, that's,
In a way, this hot pink document is called the POST, which stands for Physician Orders for Life-Sustaining Treatment. It asks for only 3 things on this document. It asks what kind of life-sustaining treatment we would like to have when needed. It asks who our doctor is. And it asks who our family or our health care agent is, somebody that we've appointed to take care of us. We are supposed to have this displayed in a special packet, magnetized to the outside of our refrigerator. I was here a whole year before I even knew there was such a thing. So I know that there probably are some people that have fallen through the cracks. The reason that we need to have this so prominently displayed is that should we have a medical emergency, the paramedics who come to our unit or the Carlotta caregivers will instantly know what our choices are, who our doctor is, and who the person, family person or friend is appointed to take care of us in a problem. Before very long, the Carlotta is going to do the POST, what they did with the 602s. So this is like a heads up. It is signed by your doctor. It could well be that there are a number of us who maybe have changed doctors and didn't think about changing this. So, if you have changed doctors since you filled out your form, you need to fill out a new form. If you have changed your health care agent or want another different person to be in charge of your health care, you need to fill out a new form. If you want different end-of-life measures than what you might have put originally on your document, you need to fill out a new form. Rebecca, once again, wonderful Rebecca in Health Services, has these forms, and she will put one in your box if you are in need of redoing it. It needs your signature and it needs your present doctor's signature. Okay. I hope that makes sense. This is just like an advance warning. Molly's going to, and health services, like FYIs and other health services meetings are going to be talking about this. This is so you know it's coming. So take a look at what you have. If you don't have a magnetized packet on your refrigerator with a POST in it, ask Molly, and she'll provide one. Are there any questions? Go ahead.
When I handed mine in to them at the office, she wanted to keep the pink one and give me a copy of it.
The copy is not valid.
I know. Oh, well, I think they should have maybe pink, they stationery in their file for us. Everything, I guess they have a file on all of us. And then the pink normal, that is not a thing, should be in our.
Somebody in the office, if the front desk told you that?
No, this was when I handed it in to Rebecca.
Pink copy, excuse me, the pink original. The reason it's pink, pink does not copy on a copying machine well. Okay, it's made out on purpose for that. Now, if you have had an episode where you had to go to the ER and the ambulance came, they will have taken your pink copy off of the refrigerator. So that's the reason if you have gone through an ambulance service, you might not have one. So if you don't have one, you need to redo it. And pink blank paper is available at the front desk for you to fill out. The form is available at the front desk.
And when the copy is not enough for the medical people,
Well, that's what
it
I
has
have
to
do.
be.
But she asked me to leave that with us, and I thought, no, that's not right, it's supposed to go on the refrigerator.
Ruthie?
So if I sign it, I send all my documents to the East Coast to my son. And a doctor is signed on it. I'm going to change him. Do I have to send him then the new document? My
Yes.
son?
Every time you.
Unless I tell him, I can tell him, I'm talking to him all the time. So could I just tell him, I changed my doctor and he will not be.
This will not be valid unless it's signed and available by your present doctor.
Okay, but, so my question is, do I have to send my son another?
Yes.
That's all I needed to.
Your son doesn't sign this.
No, but he has to be aware of the fact that. And I understand that it's complicated. Very complicated.
Whatever you need, the original pink copy stuck on your refrigerator. End of story.
It is.
Any other questions?
Yes.
The doctor's gonna be here on the 24th, could we have some of those available and we can fill
They're-
them out right then?
They're not available on the front desk.
Okay.
Well, if not, Molly will get them there.
So,
If they're not available at the front desk, ask them to get Molly to get them some.
You know, I will ask if Rebecca can put a pile at the front desk.
I have a question. I turned mine in when I came here, and they took it. Do I go and ask them that I want it back?
This is not to be turned in, though. This is to be only for you.
I understand that, but they requested that when I became a resident.
Right.
They did not hand it back to me, and it's been signed by my doctor.
Yeah, get it back from them.
Okay, thank you.
Cheryl. Do you want this?
This one.
Molly explained to a few of us last week that this post form, and Ellen, maybe you can confirm, it is not required by any California department, not social services or the Department of Health. This is for our benefit. It's our responsibility. The unfortunate thing about having this on your refrigerator is the first time you call 911, they're going to take it and you don't get it back. You have to do it again.
If we can.
So it is again for our benefit, especially for those of us that live alone. And if 911 comes and we are not able to speak for ourselves, that's what that pink piece of paper is for. Ellen, do you need to add anything to it?
You did it perfectly, thank you.
So having heard that, are there any other additional questions on the pulse form?
Deanna?
Why wouldn't it be acceptable for us to just put those 3 things in writing and sign it and have it available for the emergency people to take it? Why does it have to be on that pink piece of paper?
I think the paramedics are so accustomed to being able to just instantly synthesize information. They know where to look. It gives them instant information. But other than that, I don't know.
So if I use a pink piece of paper and write the information on it and sign it, fold it up, and put it on my refrigerator?
I can't answer
If you
that.
really want good care, I would suggest you do it the way we have outlined. Karen?
Since this is basically for us individually, why does our doctor have to sign it? We are the ones making, I'm the one that's making the decision, not my doctor. I understand the name has to be there.
You're asking why, since
Why
we're
does
the
the
ones that are
doctor have to
making the
sign?
decision, why does the doctor have to sign it?
Why do I have to make an appointment with my doctor?
I
just
don't
so
have
he
an
can
answer
sign
to
it?
that.
So.
That's a great question that we'll bring up at the FYI meeting. If anyone does it, I guarantee you I will.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
And you know, there are a lot more things that you're going to hear about at different health services, lectures that Molly has in mind giving us, because it could be that we could put even more information on a refrigerator, like medications we take or whatever. The more, it just basically, the more we tell the paramedics, if they come to take us away, the more they know at that time is for our benefit, totally for our benefit. Was there a
Jeannie
question?
has a question.
Cheryl?
I believe there are 5 things in total that are suggested. Copy of your insurance cards.
There were, but I think
List of
maybe-
medications.
Yeah, I thought maybe Molly is gonna do that in more detail.
I hope so.
If not, we'll deal with that another round. But the most important right now is that you have something available that's up to date.
Jeannie has a question.
Actually, Cheryl.
Somebody else?
Jill has a question.
If we're keeping our primary care physician, but we're doing senior docs as secondary, then senior docs sign it.
Yes, they can.
Dr. Thomas will sign it as a secondary doctor.
Any other questions? Hey, actually, you want to, Billy, you want to go to scholarship?
No question, but I think we need to clear the refrigerator.
Scholarship's gonna be short. You've all received in your boxes the invitations and announcements about our event on Thursday afternoon here in the auditorium at 3 o'clock. And most of you who've been here a while are very aware that every year the residents are given an option to contribute to the scholarship fund, which is awarded once a year to our Carlotta non-management employees who are going to school in addition to working here at the Carlotta. On Thursday, our committee is going to be handing out checks and certificates to the 4 recipients that are pictured on the flyer that you just recently received. The auditorium is going to be set up with round tables. Vanessa has promised snacks, drinks, making it a very festive occasion. After receiving their awards, the recipients are going to go hopefully from table to table so that they can thank you in person and that you can have a chance to visit with them. So I look forward to seeing all of you on Thursday at 3 o'clock. Are there any questions? Yes.
Who's the gentleman in the upper left corner on that sheet that's, I don't know that gentleman.
That's Brody Pettit.
Yes.
The reason you don't know him is he only comes out at night.
He's a vampire.
AKA Dracula.
Brody works 11 to 7, 4 nights a week, in independent living and an assisted living. None of us see him, but he's a very worthy recipient.
I think Judy had a question. Judy, do you have a question?
No, I thought it was an excellent forum, especially with the pictures.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you. Remember, you all, just because the campaign is over and the certificates and checks have been given out, doesn't mean that you can contribute all year long to the scholarship fund. And a lot of people donate in honor of or in memory of somebody during times during the year. And Wayne is very happy to accept checks anytime.
Thank you. One more thing that's coming up that I'd like to also talk about, and that is, as you may or may not have heard, Annie Oviatt has died, and there's going to be a celebration of life tomorrow, Wednesday, in this room at 11 a.m. in the morning. So if any of you who want to celebrate her, please be here at 11 tomorrow. In case you haven't heard, Arlene Sellers also passed away. So I don't know if anything is planned for Arlene or not.
Tomorrow at 11, you said?
11 o'clock tomorrow for Annie. One other thing is we're coming up to the new council that will be put in place in January of this 2024. So we're still looking for residents who would like to serve the community and give something back to them. Please, you can contact any council member you see up here and tell us that you would like to be considered. And we would certainly welcome you with open arms. Any other questions that you might have about anything that I can answer or try to answer for you? If not, I ask for a motion to adjourn. Thank you all for coming. Have a great day.